it's Mike Nelson with the Integrity Home Group and partnering with Justin on some videos here. So just wanted to kind of share our experiences of our move from what was Keller Williams, a great company, super great company. I was fortunate and blessed to hold a lot of positions in that company, from operating principal as an interim to ALC to a majority investor of a market center, MAPS coach, certified, you name it, right? It was super great to me and our business. All the models we still use today. The MREA, the Blue Book, the Shift, the One Thing, none of that goes away. That is ingrained and really what set us up for success. Obviously, we just thought that there was a different model at this juncture in our career that just made more sense to us. So more importantly, I wanted to kind of talk about the top 4 reasons that we moved over for the team's benefit to EXP. So the number 1 reason that we moved over, in my opinion, was agents on our team could actually grow teams. They could still grow teams with our Keller Williams model. However, in this case, they can grow teams within the company itself, like EXP. With that being said, they can actually grow teams such that they don't have to necessarily foot the bills of lead generation systems. They don't have to do a lot of the accountability and things like that. They don't have to manage a staff and pay for staff, things of that nature. They can simply bring them into the greater network of EXP and let that staff, let EXP company take over all of that. Let them divide out the stocks and the dividends. We're going to still be there to coach and train people as we bring them in. They're just not going to have quite the level of support from the perspective of what a team does. So a team does daily accountability. A team does pay for internet leads. A team builds buyer and seller presentations for the agents, right? There's those type of things that are much more directed as somebody on the Integrity Home Group team. However, the EXP team is still going to provide this larger level of training. I mean, Jay Kinder, Kevin and Fred, Andrew Franklin, all of those people are going to provide them a substantial amount of support. So we're super excited about that. So as a rainmaker, it's certainly a great opportunity for me to provide a lot of value to the agents on our team such that they can reinvest that time saved and that knowledge and growth into their business and grow more business, right? In the EXP model, on a larger team perspective, our agents and our partners are just going to go out certainly and bring people into the team. However, they may not have a desire to want to see the same fit in the team, so they're going to go into the EXP model. Right? That's a great opportunity for our agents to basically say there's additional value here in this company. The stock, the rev share, the equity program, the health care, right? Those are all sellable points that we didn't necessarily have at the previous company. So that's really important for me, is for our agents to be able to grow teams within our model, and they don't have to do nearly the labor or the effort or the intensity or managing people or paying out salaries that a rainmaker would have to do. Number 2, the power in the network. The network is so huge. I mean, I have spent the last 3 years just being on the road a lot, because the point I'm doing that is who you know, who's your circle, right? Somebody said that the other day, right? Look at the 5, and if you feel like they're not a great fit for you, then you're probably not in a growth mindset. They should be bringing you up, building you up, taking you to the next level in your business. And, I felt like we were kind of getting stagnant. I mean, honestly, we were in Gary's top 100 teams, super awesome teams in there. Do not get me wrong whatsoever. And that was definitely a big circle that we were a part of. However, I felt like we were getting a little bit more one-to-one benefit in the networking capabilities historically with some of the relationships that we had built in the EXP model, specifically Kevin and Fred, Andrew Franklin, things of that nature. So from the perspective of our teams, is we wanted that to be able to pollinate from myself and those connections to them. They should be able to want to be part of those circles, and those circles are certainly open and really wanting to embrace our team. We've got Andrew Franklin's bringing in his top 150 unit couple out of Katy, Texas to train our team, right? That's an example. So how can you leverage your network? And we felt like EXP was going to do that, such that it benefits the whole organization. It doesn't need to just be about Mike, right? It needs to be about how does our team as a whole have those connections as well. In fact, the story I'll tell is we just went to Spear Rocket's kind of inaugural conference, and the power that was in that room, our agents kind of walked out and said, that's the most amazing event we've ever been to. the connections that we made with some of the most powerful people in real estate that were genuine. That's exactly why we wanted to make this move. It's the who you know, and are they willing and open to support you? And the answer has been a resounding yes. The third thing we want to talk about is the tech, being the forefront of tech. EXP has been a thought leader in this tech side. I mean, this metaverse is a big play. It's going to happen. People are going to the metaverse. I mean, I know some of you guys are scratching your head about that. However, I feel very confident that we're going in the metaverse. I'm an old dog, so I'm still figuring out this metaverse type stuff. But that's why they've got this EXP world, right? And people are going in and doing things and getting customer support, having training and education. All of that's in this kind of EXP world, which is really just a play in the metaverse. Make no mistake, cryptocurrency, NFTs, metaverse, all of that stuff, I believe, with AI is all going to kind of come together. The real estate that you knew in the 1970s and 80s and even 90s, we look totally different today than what was back then. So I needed to be able to have an organization that was going to kind of push our agents into that technology mindset. And that's exactly what EXP is doing. You either get on board or it might not be the right fit for you. I mean, if you want to go back to the days of paper checks and go back to the days of, you have the catalog of the listings, you're probably going to be a blockbuster type formula where you're going to be out of the business in the not too distant future. The fourth thing that was really, really important to me was the agents are growing their wealth simply by doing the same things that they're doing. By selling real estate, they're able to pick up more stocks. They'll be able to pick up some rev share by recruiting some people into this amazing model. All of those things are exactly wealth building opportunities for them. I always look at this as I came from a corporate background, and that corporate background was exactly that. You put into your 401k, the company matched a percentage of that. How many real estate agents on their own independently are actually contributing into an IRA? I promise you, it's a small percentage because they don't want to take that time to set up the IRA. They don't know sometimes when their paycheck is coming next. It's a commission-based job, as you know. So for us, this gives them a couple of options. Just by simply doing a deal, they're going to get some stock benefits. They get a equity program, and that equity program is 5% of their check can go towards a 10% discount on stock. So if the stock is, worth $100 that day, and they made $1,000 on a check, and that's a terrible number, right? That's probably roughly $50, $500. I think it's $50 that they could put towards that stock, right? So probably not a great example because nobody's getting a $1,000 commission check, but that's just kind of how that program works. So I'm super excited about that. Now our agents are going to be able to look back in 3 years once that stock becomes vested and go, man, it's not that it's something somebody couldn't do, right? They could totally go get an IRA and put that money into a 401k IRA type plan. However, most aren't doing that. So by selecting into that equity program, it's automatically going to take that money out and be able to, build their 401k, if you want to call it that, from the corporate world into a future wealth opportunity such that they can retire in the future, right? How many real estate agents feel like they can retire from their business? There's not very many that can. They just feel like they're going to have to sell a home for the next 30 years, no matter what age that they are. Yet this stock option program mixed with rev share gives them that opportunity that they don't have to do production for the long haul. All right, so I'm going to wrap this video up and just kind of give you a summary of the top 4 things that we talked about. The number one was, agents can grow teams within the company, right? They don't have to provide all of those layers of expense and cost and internet leads and things of that nature. Just bring them into the company and help support them, certainly give them coaching, give them advice. That's certainly what we want to do, and we're going to provide that value. Yet that's exactly the number one thing we want to do. Number 2 is the power in the network. So really important that it's who you surround yourself with is really going to grow your business. I truly believe that, and I've witnessed that in the last couple of years. Like I said, we're a $2.2 million gross commission income business model, and we didn't get there without knowing who we needed to know. The third thing that we're going to talk about is being on the forefront of the tech side of things, the metaverse. So we talked about that a little bit. And the last thing we talked about is agents grow wealth for doing exactly what they do already. So stock, options, rev share, those type of things are exactly just by selling real estate, they're automatically getting those things. Not many other companies are providing that value. So if you found this of interest and you want to ask us any comments, any questions, put them in the chat box below. If not, go ahead and click the subscribe button and click the notification bell, and that's kind of all down here. And we'd be happy to engage with you and answer any questions you have. We also have a Calendly link if you want to talk more about this. That's going to be down there below. You can get on my schedule, you can get on Justin's schedule, and we'd be happy to chat with you a little bit more about that. Thanks, and have a good one.